Jessie Alice Schlenner was born on February 24, 1927, in Cadillac, Saskatchewan, Canada. Shortly after her birth, the family claimed their homestead across the border in Bonners Ferry, Idaho. She was a stunner from the get-go, with big brown eyes and a flashy smile. Yet she was a pick-a-pie and a sassy lass as well. God knew the plans he had for her and made her just so, for her every move was laid out before a single day had passed. Part of his plan was being born fifth in the line of 11, and in the clan she quickly learned survival skills on the homestead. The family learned how to make do with what they had, and learned to live without what was wanted. She was endowed with natural musical abilities in voice, instrumental, choir, and productions, where she often was the costume designer and seamstress for both the soccer and parade uniforms and home decor, often sewing into the wee hours of the morning. The fact of being raised on opposite sides of the railroad track and the south side of town, opposites not only geographically, but economically, Jessie met, fell in love, and courted her sailor boy through wartime letters. She saw a change Paul post-war, and through his church wanted that assurance for herself. She accepted Christ as her Redeemer. And blessed was she that believed, for there would be a performance of those things which were told to her from the Lord. And so began the next step towards his plan for Jessie, the journey to the unreached parts of the Amazon jungle. As a young mother with 2 infants in tow and a trust in her spouse's abilities, she packed those survival skills and went. Paul quotes, "It was great to have a partner like Jessie, who bore the brunt of the inconveniences without complaint. She had a knack for making do with what we had. She could see that I worked on our house from daylight till dark. I was, studying before daylight and then after dark for messages and Bible studies. And someone always needed medical attention. She was my head nurse and bottle washer." The work thrived. God blessed and protected them through many difficulties. He also filled their quiver with 2 more children. His presence surrounded them with protection on all sides. God's plan for Jessie as a helpmeet to Paul lasted 40 years on the field, most of the time as empty nesters with their children and grandchildren so far away. As the sojourn in Brazil came to a close, the fact that they wouldn't see most of their spiritual children and grandchildren in this life settled in. They spoke their farewells full of both tears and song, while the Brazilian's last request was to never forget us, but bid us farewell with all the love and gratefulness words can express. Yet he had a plan. God was able to provide a wonderful place of rest in a little town called Moses Lake. How she loved this house and home. Best ever, neighbor and daughter Rena has been able to live by her side for all these years and was able to minister to her as she journeyed to her celestial home. Because he who began a good work in her was able to complete it and has led her into the everlasting arms of his own. She always knew she had a mansion just over the hilltop, and the key to that door was in the shape of a cross. For God so loved the world that he gave up his only Son and sent him to die for our sins so that we might have life. And because no matter where and how, he is the only survival gear one needs. We love you, Jessie, Paul's little lady and the missus, Mommy, Mom, Mother dear, and Ma, Donna Jessie, Tia, Aunt, Grandma, Woovie, and Grandma Cookie. We'll see you later, alligator.